Welcome, Valpo fans, to another edition of the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. I'm Aaron Levitt, and joining me today is the head coach of the Valpo volleyball program, Karen Avery. Coach Avery, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a strong year for you guys so far, sitting with 19 wins, approaching the stretch run of the regular season. I want to go back and start out with last summer, though. Obviously, last year, tremendous success going to the championship match of the NIVC. Graduated a very talented, very heralded group from that team. So take us back to the summer and kind of how you worked with the team to try to figure out what this year's identity was going to be on the squad.
Yeah, we can, actually go back as far as last spring. And obviously the spring is so different. You don't have your incoming players, whether it's freshmen or transfers. But the spring was a little struggle for us. We didn't win very many games this spring. And we were a little nervous coming in where we were going to find kills again. Kind of always been a little bit of our thing at Valpo. We've always been a very good defensive team, maybe struggled a little bit in the category of kills and hitting percentage. So we were a little worried going into the summer in preseason, but preseason hit and we just kind of found our groove, and that was with everybody, our incoming freshmen, our transfers that we've had come in. We just found a really good rhythm, and I thought a really good groove into our offensive system, and that was probably the biggest surprise, I think, for obviously both Nick and I, and probably the team, is offensively, we really have picked it up where we were from the, last spring to even this preseason to now. Our offense is way better, I think, running more efficiently than I really thought it would going back to last summer.
You talk about those early season tournaments and just the success there this year to be able to go 12-0, win 4 tournaments for the first time in program history. The offense you mentioned was working well. I think at one point we were in the top 10 in the nation in kills per set, which has been a while since one of your teams has been that high in that category. What was beyond maybe the offensive efficiency? What was it about the team during that stretch of 12 straight wins that just had them coming out on top every night? Because you were winning in every way possible.
Yeah, we had and we still do, we have a really great team culture. And going to these tournaments, the girls, we're bonding off the court, not only on the court. And then on the court, we were able to try a lot of different lineups, and honestly, not because, and part of that was because in preseason when we were playing against each other, it was really difficult for people to really, you know, there was no real big, what do I want to say, in the difference of play of everyone. There wasn't, oh, this person is definitely in front of this person, this person. Everybody was playing so well in preseason. We weren't sure who was going to fit together and what pieces of the puzzle would fit together. So we were trying to see what group would kind of gel and mesh the best together. And fortunately for us, we were able in preseason to try a lot of different things, and a lot of different lineups really gelled. And we were still, even in preseason, flip-flopping some people from different positions on the court. So preseason, like I said, it takes a really strong group of girls to be able to play with different people, different sets, different games, and still find a way to win. And it just goes to show how much depth we have. And like I said, it really lends back to our team culture, in that everybody really is bought into our system, and they really practice hard. And like I said, it was just a really fun preseason for us as a whole unit.
So you go 12-0 in the non-conference, and then Valley play hits. And, we found over the last few years, Valley play can be a battle. And it's been a bit more up and down in terms of results for you guys since we've started Missouri Valley Conference play. Just what have you seen from the squad through those ups and downs that has you excited about them going forward?
Yeah, I told the girls before the season started that, the valley's a grind, the valley's a grind. We always talk about that. Last year I believe the Missouri Valley finished eighth in RPI overall. And you take out those power fives and we're eighth. So it is a no joke conference. It is a grind. It is not easy. It's day in and day out, and it doesn't matter if you're at the top or the bottom, anybody can win. So you have to show up every night and you have to be prepared and, you mentally, physically. And so what we found was, I think both mentally and physically, it's hard. It's a hard conference. And, I guess for the team this season, we have had a lot of ups and downs. And, some of it, obviously, we had a couple really tough road trips right in a row. Two of our longest road trips were back to back. We have to play the top three teams in our conference twice, and everybody else doesn't. So, the unbalanced schedule, I feel like, maybe every coach is going to say this, but our unbalanced schedule, we got a tough one. And so it is not easy. We did not get an easy schedule. But you have to show up and you got to play the game. So, our problem, I believe, is we go up and down emotionally, I think competitively sometimes for whatever reason. Sometimes we look very much in rhythm and sometimes we do not. And that's something we're still trying to kind of figure out and work out. But I'm proud. Preseason conference poll, I think we were picked maybe sixth. And, we're right in that fifth, sixth spot right now. And I think we're doing a really great job battling day in and day out. Our losses have been, close and tough. And, we're right there. And I think on any given night, our team can beat, the 1, 2, 3, or 4, ranked team right now.
Looking at individual standouts, I think, it's been clear in your years here, the importance of the libero position is number one, I think, in your philosophy and recruiting 4-year liberos and just the tradition of success in that position. And can you just talk about Emma Hickey coming in as a freshman and, huge shoes to fill, and Riley Cookerly, who finished second in NCAA history and career digs. And she stepped right in and has put up numbers that not even Riley did her freshman year.
Yeah. Yeah. Emma, I know I say this a lot, but that she's from a volleyball family. All her sisters have played, collegiate volleyball, and she's the youngster. And so she's been following, her sisters around and playing with her sisters as a youngster. She was always the youngest one on every team playing up. So the girl can compete and she knows how to win, and she has an unbelievably high volleyball IQ. So, and obviously I knew that she's from my hometown. I knew that I've seen her since she's been probably 8, 9 years old. And so we knew we had a special one in Emma. And, I'm so proud of her for coming in and, like I said, not easy shoes to fill at all. And, she's coming in and just, again, she grinds every day. She works hard. She wants to be the best she can be. She wants to get better. She's got a great personality for the libero row. She's kind of even Steven. And, but still, I think, and Emma would tell you too, she still has a lot to learn, which is also exciting. We've got to fix some things this spring with her. And, this is, again, I know she's had a lot of digs this season, but I think she's going to continue to get better and better and better still each year she's in this program.
And there have been just tremendous performances all over your roster this year. Really, really balanced group. Anyone can come in any given day and be the leader in any category. Is there anyone else who's really stood out to you with their progression, maybe whether it's a returnee from the spring till now or one of the newcomers who came in this fall?
Yeah, honestly, I could probably go down the list of every single person on this team. And, again, I think what makes us good is our depth. And I know I keep saying that, but we have some people who are not playing right now that are playing so well in practice and showing up every day in practice. But you can only put 2 outsides on the court, 2 middles, 2 right sides. But that lends itself to, again, I think why we are doing so well this year. And I believe we're exceeding expectations of honestly where I thought we would be after losing the 4 starters from last season and the 4 tremendous leaders that we had. I think Bella Ravato has done an amazing job as our leader. She really is our glue. This is kind of her team. She runs the team, and every team needs that. She's taken on a really great leadership role. I believe our 2 setters have been playing really, really, really solid volleyball. Not only setting, but their defense and their serving. Those 2, I just cannot say enough about those 2, and they're not going to get the credit they both deserve, because when you run a 6-2, that's a very selfless thing, because you're not going to get the credit as a 5-1 setter is going to get. I think they've played really unbelievable volleyball, and then Mallory, who has sat behind 2 tremendous middles for the last couple of years, is, again, kind of like I said, she's been on the bench for 2 years, but she was an unbelievable player for us. She just, you can only put 2 middles in. She's played fantastic this season. Her numbers are unbelievable, in the top 10 in hitting percentage and blocks. And then there's Miranda Strongman, who came and joined us. And she's in the top 10 in kills and blocks and hitting percentage this year. And, and the 2 right side, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and talk about how great this team is. And, I really truly believe that we are successful because, like you just said, on any given night, somebody steps up, or a couple people step up, or different people step up. And, that maybe wasn't so much the case last season for us. We had, more of a couple people that we really truly relied on. And this year we're relying on everybody. And so I do believe going forward, that's going to help us, tremendously down the stretch.
Speaking of long road trips, you have another long one this coming weekend, Murray State and Belmont, and then you're home for your final 3 matches of the regular season. As we come down the stretch here, what do you guys need to do to be successful, to put yourself in the best position heading into the conference tournament?
I mean, obviously at this point with these 5 games, it is flat out, you have to win. I mean, we have to win. We can't say, oh, it'd be nice to get 1 this weekend, or it would be great to split. We have got to win. We have got to put our destiny in our own hands and not rely on other people losing and, or other people beating somebody from the bottom. It's the last 5 games of the season, and it is all about winning. And again, everybody's going through the grind, Division 1, Division 2, it doesn't matter what division you're in. It is a grind, the season. And, we've just got to keep sticking together. The girls have to hang in there, like I said, hopefully physically and mentally. We've had some challenges here in the last couple of weeks with, some injuries and some illnesses, but like I said, that's athletics. You got to figure out how to win in, the worst of circumstances. And if we can continue to do that and play through our adversity and of travel or sicknesses or injuries, then, we'll be okay.
Like I said, Valpo on the road this weekend, but then home on November 11th, 12th, and 16th for their final 3 regular season matches. Coach Avery, thanks for joining me today. Good luck down the stretch.
Thank you.